I escorted Anais out of the pirate lair and back to her mansion, where she's safe and sound, and no doubt planning how to flay me alive at the first opportunity. Of course, just as you suggested. And the forged letters worked perfectly. Pimsey's days of slavery are over. His new life starts today.
You've been quiet. Did you have any more questions about Nicholas?
No. What's to ask? He betrayed the Thieves Guild to work with some merchant lord.
That doesn't bother you?
Of course it does. But why dwell on it? What is there to do but move on?
We'll move on by paying him back.
There you are! I've got news for you. You hear about the wedding? Magnifica Falora, the one with the missing dowry? Kosh found it, returned it, and now she's agreed to marry him for the future of Tanith for some drivel. Zira thinks our old guildmaster is behind this. She wants Nicholas to pay for betraying us. So do I. Last I saw Zira, she was pacing about in the den, going to put a furrow in the floor if she isn't careful. You sound like Thrag, going on about the whims of nobles. Go ahead, ask him and feel your head start to spin. My head's spinning right now, different reasons.
There you are. You heard about the wedding? This is our chance to repay Nicholas for selling out the Thieves Guild. Nicholas must have planned all this, stealing the dowry, using it as leverage on Falora. Now she's bound to marry Kosh, his puppet. So we're going to crash the wedding. If Magnifica Falora learns exactly who she's about to marry, she'll turn the iron wheel on Kosh. And if we threaten Kosh's future, Nicholas will scuttle into the open. I look forward to stepping on him. Silverclaw said he'd help with invitations. Meet him at his shop, down by the harbor. I haven't decided. But whatever happens, you deserve to be there.
Oh, hello. Zira sent word I should expect you. Every important merchant in Abba's landing received a wedding invitation. Every single one. But not Silverclaw. Lord Wallavier, for one. That paranoid cheat lounges about the market as though he owns every tile on the walls. Or that lush Lady Balina. She won't even attend. Just use it as an excuse to buy another dress from Perseus Locke. She's sweet on him, you know. I dislike them equally. Lord Wallavier would keep it in his pocket. Were you subtle enough, you could take it from him. Lady Balina would certainly leave it upon her bedroom dresser. Slip past her mentioned servants and house guards to retrieve it. Good, good! When you do, meet me at your thieves' den. I may have experience in duplicating official documents. For my records, you see.
That does not belong to you! Not again? I can't believe it!
For a Thieves Guild,
Elsa,
there isn't
for the
much of a
third
treasure
time,
trove.
I hear
Maybe
your
you
concerns.
could steal something to gussy
And
it up.
ignore them at your peril.
Well, I'm in. A wedding at Ubalajad Palace? Just imagine the spread.
Big day for the guild, don't you think? It feels good to beat Nicholas at his own game. Yes, we haven't done it yet. Call me an optimist.
Who doesn't love a wedding? Yes, nobles forced into political arrangements to secure alliances and land rights. But aside from that...
I have to give her credit. Of all Zira's bad ideas, her plan to crash the wedding is the most spectacular.
I've never seen Silverclaw this happy, and we do have need of a good forger. If he helps us get Nicholas in hand, I'll make him an honorary member.
Did you get the invitation? Whose did you acquire? No, don't tell me. I want to see it with my own eyes. Let me see here. And guest! Oh, this is good! The invitation allows for a single companion! Once you select your guest, you should visit the Diamond Thimble. If you aren't clothed in one of Perseus Locke's outfits, you'll stand out like a sore claw. You don't have to dress up. You get to dress up. But your companion will need to acquire an outfit as well, so go on. I'll be over here. The invitation will be ready in no time at all.
Have you decided who to bring to the wedding? I'm flattered you asked, but I'll have my own task for the evening. I'll explain at the Diamond Thimble. For a moment, I thought you were asking something more.
Yes? Why are you looking at me like that? You can't be serious. The lesser soldier of wit strikes again. Are you done wasting everyone's time? Go on, choose someone so we can get this over with.
Have I mentioned how much I enjoy a good wedding? Even a bad one can be fun. Perhaps. Why do you ask?
So, who are you going to bring with you to the palace? I hope you say Velsa. I'd love to see her bedecked in finery. You what? When all this began, I hired you to work for me. Now Zira has me following your lead. What I'm saying is, it's strange to hear this from someone I work with. Thank you for not making this strange. All right, partner, you have a date. If I had it my way, we'd go in over the palace walls, watch for Nicholas from the rooftops.
No fine wine for me? No matter. I'll open the cask Thrag stole from the docks.
We'll await your return from the palace. And if you don't, we'll split your earnings among us.
Head to the Diamond Thimble. You need a change of clothes.
A pleasure, Lady Bellina. I always enjoy dressing you up.
Then you should come by my mansion later to collect your payment. Have I mentioned my husband is away?
3 times, in fact. My assistant will bring you the bill. Ah, my unlikely savior returns. Zira sent word of your stylistic needs. Well, any of the selections you see here should fit. I have an eye for these things. Please note, the outfit shall be on loan. I humbly ask you return it with the exact same number of holes as when it left my establishment. Oh, that's like asking a parent to pick their favorite child. Each is special in its own way. Delicate fabrics and exhilarating patterns breathe life into whoever dons them. I don't mean to oversell it, but you shall feel born anew. Oh, go with what speaks to you. The first choice is always the best one. Not after the merchant lords caught wind. It's good to be the preeminent tailor of Abba's Landing. Chief Inspector Ron Beek himself sent a personal apology. Something about excess zeal on the part of his underling. Oh, that horrid place of darkness. Magnifica Flora tried to lead me through, but I panicked and fled. It was sheer luck that I didn't fall to my death, and if she hadn't given me that trinket, we wouldn't be speaking today. Yes, it had a crystal holding a small amount of her blood. I mentioned it to your old guildmaster when he asked about the particulars of Aldenobia tomb. It's strange. I seem to have misplaced it. I haven't seen it in months. Why do you ask?
What?
Remarkable. As though the outfit chose you.
Hard to miss you in that.
Change of plans?
My. You don't exactly clean up, but you look absolutely roguish. I'll need my own outfit for the wedding. Something with a covered face. Not exactly. If Nicholas is working with Kosh, he may have given my description to the guards. I'll need your help to get inside. When you gain entrance to the palace, distract whoever watches the gates from within. I'll do the rest. Good. Here's the wedding invitation, straight from the desk of Silverclaw. After you meet your date at Hubalajad Palace, present this to the gateman. I'll watch for your distraction.
You look amazing. I haven't dressed up like this since my academy. I know, it's terrible. Nothing like I used to wear at home. It's nice of you to say so, but we both know this suits me as well as a ticket for a month-long sea voyage.
Look at you. Such impeccable fashion belongs on the other side of this gate. Though I am a fool to request it, might I have your invitation? Yes, everything in order as expected. Refreshments shall be served until the wedding begins. And might I compliment your impeccable timing? We were just about to lock the gates. Don't want any riffraff finding their way inside. A wise suggestion of Chief Inspector Ron Beek. He's to officiate the ceremony, did you know? But of course you did. Please, come in. Tonight your safety is guaranteed by the Iron Wheel and House Guards alike.
It's a bit much in here. Whoever built this palace was trying too hard. Do you think the doorman could be convinced? If not, a distraction of some kind could pull him away from the door. Whatever you decide, I'll back your play.
Are you lost? Wedding's in the other direction. What do you mean? You were the last through the gate? As long as I'm standing here, no one else is getting in. I'll need an explanation. And if I'm not satisfied, you can join Magnifica Falor on the other side of the gate. Huh. I heard rumors about Tanith intrigue. But having to do that on her own wedding day, I almost feel sorry for her. I need to check on one of the guests. Don't want to see anyone when I get back, if you follow my meaning.
Good work. Come, we should speak somewhere private.
It's a bit much in here.
Perfect timing. I can't exactly climb the palace walls in this outfit. Before the wedding, the groom should be presented to his guests, an old Tanith tradition. Wherever Kosh is, Nicholas won't be far behind. We'll need to keep an eye on him, avoid drawing attention to ourselves. What can I say? Your own choice inspired me. People seem to be gathering closer to the palace. Let's join them, shall we? This is a nice change of scenery from the den.
Everyone!
Am I attractive?
I require your attention!
Be honest.
This is it. Stay close. Let's see if Nicholas makes an appearance.
It is an honor and privilege to introduce our host for the evening. May I present the impending husband of Magnifica Flora, Lord Kosh.
Welcome to my home. I must thank all of you for joining me on this momentous occasion.
That's Nicholas.
Please, eat and drink your fill. Soon, I shall speak to you not as a humble merchant, but as a noble of Tanith.
Nicholas is Kosh?
So that's Nicholas? His voice is oilier than his hair. It's a bit much in here.
Damn it. I should have put it together. Nicholas played us. He played everyone. There was never any Kosh to begin with. I don't know how Nicholas reinvented himself as a reclusive merchant lord, but he managed to do so. He could have been planning this for years. Bastard. We need to stop the wedding. Actually, we need Flora to do so. I think this can still work. Let's split up, learn where she is and how we can reach her. I need to come up with a very convincing argument.
I wish I could pull that off. Too many jangling bits. The moment I climbed a wall, I'd be my own alarm bell. I'm enjoying this a bit more than I should. To think, Walk Softly does this sort of thing all the time.
Have you met my cousin, Magnifica Flora? Said not to embarrass her in this little backwater of a town. Very well, I told her. I'll keep my mouth shut by filling it with wine. Did I mention she's my cousin? I don't recall. If you hope to talk her out of this folly, the ain't no I've tried. She's usually much better at fending off grasping cretins such as this Kosh fella. Hello. Your outfit contains a bit of silver weave, just like mine. Modesty is for the poor. If you were to continue my argument with my cousin, perhaps you could overwhelm her with reason. Say, what's your favorite drink? I can tell you prefer quality spirits, as I do. Then my palate is decidedly more refined than yours. The failing is mine. I mistook you for a far more interesting person. Excuse me, I must find a drink of demonstrably better quality than your own.
A lot of servers coming from the palace kitchens. Maybe they have a key. There's gristle in the camel milk, she says. Of course there's gristle. Who wants milk you can't chew? No job is worth this. The resplendent Magnifica Flora shan't require your attendance. Bah! Magnifica Flora's handmaid. Everything about her smells like roses, if you get me. Fusses over the bride like a doting aunt. She says the milk's for Magnifica Flora, but I know she drinks it herself. Some wine mixed in could loosen her up and cover up my spittle. She's not my patron. If you help me, I'll tell you whatever you want. The Somerset Hills 572 is subtle enough, but there's a group of fops who always hoard the bottles. Take one when they're distracted, or they're sure to cause a scene, which neither of us wants. Get me that bottle, and I'll tell you whatever you care to know about Magnifica Flora. Wonderful. Magnifica Flora's handmaid shall soon have her own bowl of milk wine, entirely free of gristle. Master Kosh installed her in his own bedchamber. It's upstairs, you can't miss it. Don't let the iron wheels see you. They're all through the palace like beetles on honey cake.
He said no mortal can know. From dread Daedra save us. From Daedra keep us safe. Forsake the ones that made us to fight a wrongful fate.
That's all we need, partner. Let's find Zira.
I have a suspicion I didn't simply lose something.
Nicholas and Kosh are the same person?
The palace is crawling with Iron Wheel. Lead the way. We'll follow from the shadows.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Magnifica Flora, we came to warn you. Kosh is not the man he seems.
He's a merchant lord of Abba's Landing. That's one step above the scum they scrape from ship hulls. Is there any other grand revelation before I call the guards?
If you can barely stand him, then what does it hurt to hear us out? Go on, partner. Tell her. Don't look at me. I have no idea what to tell her.
People say this is not how I imagined my wedding to be. They tell amusing stories of what went wrong, trying to outdo each other's tales. Calling the guards on wedding crashers isn't one I've heard. Why shouldn't it be the story I tell? The Thieves Guild stole my dowry. In doing so, they upset my standing in Tenneth. But far worse, they desecrated the remains of my ancestor Denobia. When they couldn't remove the jeweled crown from her head, they separated it from her body. The merchant lords of Abba's Landing are exceptionally crooked. They buy from pirates who raid Tenneth waters and bandits who raid Tenneth roads. But plundering ancestral tombs? That is too far, even for them. Kosh, head of the Thieves Guild? You say he betrayed his own people to steal a dowry for some mad plot to marry a noble of Tenneth? If you are bards sent by my cousin, your imaginations are sorely lacking. Why not say Kosh rode a dragon? With what time? My escort arrives soon to begin the wedding. I have accepted my fate, as you must accept yours. Unless you can produce the skull of Denobia herself, you can tell your fanciful stories to the Iron Wheel. I have indulged this madness for long enough.
Magnifica Flora, are you almost ready? The guests are assembling within the palace.
Magnifica Flora is indisposed. She'll be ready in just a moment.
Do you intend to keep me here? Look around. There's nowhere to go.
From what I've heard of Nicholas, he'd never let himself be cornered. We should look for hidden passages. Those paintings, don't they seem a bit off? If Nicholas is an art lover, his presentation seems rather strange. Did that cabinet just click?
Well, well. A portion of the dowry Nicholas decided not... And this must be Denobia's crown. Nicholas, you doomed yourself.
want to take everything in this room, but there's little time. Perhaps a hat pin. Nobody misses a hat pin.
I knew Nicholas kept trophies from his heists. I used to smooth it over with the guild. One of his eccentricities, I'd say. Becoming Kosh hasn't altered his compulsion. He desecrated Denobia's remains, cut off her head. Now, we return the favor. I'll show Felora what Nicholas really is. She wants Denobia's crown as proof. I'll give it to her, along with her ancestor's skull. Once I have her attention, she'll listen. Oh, it's a very bad idea, but it's the best bad idea we have. Sometimes that's the best a thief can hope for. Wish me luck. I'll have to be, well, as convincing as Nicholas. Find your way to the wedding crowd. Once Nicholas is revealed as a fraud, escort your date from the palace. I'll see you at the den soon enough. You're in charge until my return. Magnifica Felora, there's something you need to see.
There's Nicholas, but I don't see Zira.
Today, Lord Kosh of Abba's Landing joins with Magnifica Felora, the jewel of Tanith.
Straight?
It is my honor, as a duly appointed officer of the Iron Wheel, to officiate their union.
Stop! There is no honor in this union.
Guards!
Zira? You're alive? That is... What is the meaning of this?
More importantly, why do you have the desecrated remains of my ancestor?
The Iron Wheel is approaching. We have to leave now.
There must be some mistake.
Chief Inspector Ronbeek, take everyone into custody. I want this mess sorted.
No! It's too late for Zira. We need to go now.
Iron Wheel! Secure all exits! None shall leave the palace grounds! Question everyone here! Be thorough!
My darling, I've been afraid. I implore you to reconsider.
Let's split up. I'll meet you at the den. The others need to hear what happened.
That could have gone better.
The Iron Wheel has Zira. Aren't we going to do something?
Not until we know where they have her. But we will, I promise you that. I'm so sorry to hear of what happened. I will give what aid I can, I promise you.
Zira is gone. Just gone.
Foolishness from the start. So stubborn. If she'd listened, she wouldn't be in this mess.
Your date made it back before you. Informed us of what happened at the wedding. Don't blame yourself. Zira told you to leave. Yes, Zira's capture was an unfortunate turn of events. But Nicholas is the Iron Wheel's prisoner as well. A small reason to celebrate. Magnifica Felora has her dowry, and Nicholas is behind bars. The Iron Wheel won't be here much longer. We'll have a chance at freeing Zira in the chaos of their departure, whenever that is. But that's more your call, isn't it? Zira said you were in charge until she returned to the den. That makes you the acting guildmaster. Boss. Just so we're clear, an acting guildmaster has no real power. But it makes you sound important, so we may as well call you that. Also, you get the blame if anything goes wrong. You know how it is. For now, nothing. Until we learn where they've taken her, there is little we can do. But we will learn. I'm certain of that.
We accomplished what Zira wanted, but now she's at the mercy of the Iron Wheel. I don't know if it was worth it.
You're half guildmasterness. Had the feeling you'd stop by. Did you know Silverclaw was looking for you? Something urgent, he said. That oily fat cat tried to bribe me with a fine wine to keep an eye out for you. Of course I took his bribe. Why do you think we're talking? So to meet him in the den, quick as you can.
Silverclaw, stop pacing. You'll wear a rut in the floor.
It helps me think. Now, where is the guildmaster? Or acting guildmaster? Or whatever you call it.
Look who's here. Your long wait is over. Silverclaw is fidgety as as a cat. On hot sand, with a knot tied in his tail. He's got some information and he's anxious to share it with you.
Come, do your trading here.
I have good news, my friend! Chief Inspector Runbeak and the Iron Wheel will soon depart Hughesbane. And the bad news, Zira will be sent to Tanith, where she will stand trial for raiding Aldenobia Tomb. Somewhere in Noshira Citadel, the Iron Wheel's preparations to depart causes much distraction. There is no better time to slip among their ranks. But I am not a part of your guild. You would know best what to do, of course.
We know where Zira is? Are we going to rescue her?
What do you mean, we? I'm retired.
Zira would do the same for any of us. Even you, Velsa.
The least we can do is hear out our acting guildmaster. So, what is the plan?
I know that look. That's your tell Velsa to do something look. Why do none of you believe I'm retired? I could say it slowly. Retired. Did it stick this time? I only traveled to Aldenobia Tomb because I had history with the people who died there. But poking around the Iron Wheel's headquarters? Lunacy. I need a phenomenal reason to risk my life for Zira's. You did, and I am grateful. But rescuing Zira is a tall order. I'll do so on one condition. Promise to help Narani should she ever need it. I want her final years to be without the pain she suffered in the time that came before. I'm going to smash some stink apples at the front gate to draw the Iron Wheel there. The distraction will make it easier for you to get in elsewhere. What? You're temporary Zira. You think I ever let her tell me what to do?
If we're going to Noshira Citadel, I can help. The Iron Wheel can always spot imposters. It's not the uniform. It's the mannerisms and protocol they follow. It's all part of their training. They cycle their soldiers between locations every few months. Keeps them from forming attachments with the locals. They see new faces all the time, so they're trained to spot certain mannerisms. Ones I've learned to spot as well. And impersonate. I just need a uniform. They change those too. Small details here and there. We need one that can accommodate my tail. Oh, and bring the journal we used in Aldenobia Tomb. I have an idea, but until we know our entry point, I don't want to share.
I know it won't be easy to recover Zira, but I'm ready for this. Just say the word. Lots of crumbling walls. I can scout the best approach, see if the Iron Wheel leaves anything less defended. They won't notice me. No one ever looks up. Let me see your map. This place, just outside Nishira Citadel? I'll meet you there when I've found a way inside. See you there, partner? The guild has given me so much. It's time to return the favor.
You should discuss the matter with your guild. It is not entirely my business. Although, I will stand over here and pretend it is. So exciting what you all do.
Scouting successful. The Iron Wheel doesn't send patrols beyond the walls anymore. They're too busy preparing to leave. And there's some sort of commotion at the main gate. Seems they've pulled a few soldiers there to deal with it. A gap in the wall not far from here. There's a lone sentry. I already told Walk Softly. He's waiting for you near the gap. I'll head back to the walls. Keep scouting the Citadel exterior. Good luck.
Do you see the sentry? He keeps looking through the gate, rubbing his lips, waiting for one of his mates to come by with a drink. Let's relieve him of his thirst, then his uniform. We walk up. I present myself as a drunk, dapper Argonian. He challenges us, tells us to move along, then sees the bottle in my hand. I offer him a taste. He takes a long pull from one of Velsa's sleeping potions. We take his uniform. Try to look non-threatening, if at all possible. My good man! Is this the gate to Abbas Landing?
Halt! The Citadel is under jurisdiction of the Iron Wheel.
Never heard of that tavern? What do they sell?
You should move along. What, that bottle you have, what is that?
Delicious! Some wine from, Bergama! Why, you want some?
If you're offering, just a nip to get my blood pumping. Tava's tail feathers, it's awful! Ugh! What is that taste?
Something to which I'm immune. But he's right, it does taste awful.
My distractions worked, as expected. I'll stick to the shadows for now.
Here we part ways. Once I'm in uniform, I'll see how well I blend in. If I may suggest a course of action, the journal you brought contains the entire dowry heist as planned by Nicholas. I think we can use it to our advantage. Chief Inspector Ron Beek has an office in the ruins where he entertains guests. If you were to leave the journal for him to find, there is little chance Nicholas could weasel out of the trial he faces in Tanith. Oh, and you could find out where they're holding Zira. Good luck. Don't get caught. If you do, we'll have to spring 2 guildmasters. Shameful times for the Thieves Guild. You go ahead. I'll abscond with our sentry friend's uniform. May need to trim it down. He was a rather brawny fellow.
I have no quarrel with you. My dowry is safely returned to Aldenobia Tomb, as are the remains of my ancestor. Those responsible are in custody. Yet I am not entirely satisfied with the outcome. My former fiancé Kosh, that is Nicholas, has been very cooperative with the Iron. He claims he was duped, that stealing my dowry was Zira's plan all along. Zira has said nothing. Zira's price to surrender was the safety of those she brought along to the wedding. You and your strange little friend. Almost honorable in her own way. Nicholas lies. I know that now. But Chief Inspector Ron Beek has no evidence to the contrary. The town criers in Tenneth already proclaim her trial. Politics as they are, I cannot simply release her. But I can tell you where she is. And I can offer a lucrative proposal to your entire organization, to her directly, once you free her. Good. Zira is held in the prisons beneath us, but you must hurry. Chief Inspector Ron Beek plans to move her, to where I do not know. I'll escort you to the prison door. If you stay by my side, the Iron Wheel shall cause you no harm. Are you ready? Remember, don't leave my side or the Iron Wheel will think you're an intruder, which by all accounts you are. Almost there. Once you're inside the prison, you're on your own. You there! Unlock the door and allow my companion entry to the prison. Do not record this in the log.
As you command. You there, follow me. Iron Wheel uniforms aren't made for Argonian heads. I'd be sweating if... well, if I could sweat. You go after Zira. I'll wait for the others and escort them through.
And who might you be? You certainly don't belong. Who are you and why are you here? Straight to the point. Very good. I know where Chief Inspector Ron Beek took Zira. I'm willing to tell you. My only price is a single lockpick. I didn't ask you to free me. A single lockpick, from one thief to another. A tradition Zira began, which means bad luck for her should you break it. Ah, but we have company. And they seem ambivalent to the idea. Ah, walk softly. So good to see you again. Have you been?
Hunted. Missing too many dead friends.
And Velsa as well. I thought you'd retired.
And I thought you were dead. Seems we were both disappointed.
And who are you? I don't believe we've met.
I'm someone who knows better than to listen to your lies. I've never met Nicholas before. Far as I'm concerned, I never want to see him again. Absolutely not. We can't know if he's lying, and we shouldn't risk him getting free. His help is the kind we don't need. And I overheard that transfer orders are stored in the warden's office. If we find nothing there, we trade him the lockpick. Do what you think is right, partner. I'll scout ahead.
Nicholas wasn't lying. I figured out all of his tells long ago. He knows where they have Zira, which means the acting guildmaster has a decision to make about a lockpick. If Chief Inspector Ron Beek personally moved Zira, we have very little time. A single lockpick won't do us any harm, and it gets us what we need. And I'll know if he's lying, so yes, toss one his way. Aim for the eye.
Nicholas in a cell. Somehow, it feels right. Nicholas could never pick a lock, unless he learned since the dowry heist. A lockpick would be nothing more than a thin sliver of hope, which you could deny him. Is his hopelessness worth Zira's potential imprisonment? That's up to you.
Well, is there honor among thieves, or will you prove Zira wrong? Good, good. Always commit fully, even when your heart brims with doubt. Now, the lockpick? Head through the prison and look for the docks. Should you hurry, the ship bearing Zira in its hold will still be present.
Here you are. Worst of luck to you. We had best hurry. The ship may sail on the next tide.
I can't imagine we'll ever speak again, but I wish you luck in your many endeavors.
Velsa is around here somewhere, and Quen must still be scouting. I'll keep watch. Oh, and the sailors are no trouble. It seems the Iron Wheel is slow to pay its debts, so they're happy to look the other way.
You'll be charged with desecrating Aldenobia Tomb, a capital offense. Cooperate, and I'll argue leniency. And what are you doing here?
We need to keep moving. We'll talk back at the den.
The thief from Fulstrom Homestead, wasn't it? Why are you here? So you say to an unarmed man. You seem to have the upper hand, for the moment. This won't stop. The Iron Wheel shall not stop, until there is a trial. Desecrating a family tomb, every noble in Tanith wants to see justice served. You mean Kosh? He insists he was duped by the Thieves Guild. His story doesn't completely add up, but Zira has not spoken since her arrival. Without proof, his story is the most convincing. I once gave you a chance to surrender, to which you were somewhat amenable. So I say, surrender yourself to the Iron Wheel. You will be treated fairly until I can determine exactly who will be tried in Tanith.
Chief Inspector Rumby!
The other thief? Surrender, all of you. The Iron Wheel is relentless. We serve a higher calling than gold or riches.
What? You seem the type to talk all day.
Zira, you aren't the only prisoner we freed. They're on shore and itching to come back to the Thieves Guild.
Yes, yes, a charming reunion. Open the cage so we can go.
I almost said something pithy like, "You're late," or "About time." But really, I'm glad to see every one of you. Even Velsa. Better now that I'm out of that cell. I can't wait to return to the den, after we've taken care of some business. Thieves Guild business. The Iron Wheel thought to save themselves another trip to Tanith. They loaded this ship with contraband. But we're going to steal it. We're going to take everything they squeezed from Abba's Landing. Everyone, listen up. Quen, good work freeing the prisoners. There are a few more on this ship. Break them out and send them topside.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. We'll need them to strip this vessel in the docks of whatever they can carry. Velsa.
Don't bark orders at me. I'll set traps near the prison door. Slow down any Iron Wheel come to check on the ship.
Good thinking, Velsa. Everyone, be quick about your work. Don't linger or we'll end up back in a cell. Once you have all you can carry, grab a boat and row hard for Abba's Landing. Let's go!
Might I say, you are the most magnificent Magnifica I've ever met. You elevate the cesspit of Abba's Landing with your very presence.
Who are you again? Apologies, Magnifica. We have much to discuss when timing is more convenient for us both.
Such an audacious display. I look forward to our future dealings. I will smooth things with the Iron Wheel. Nicholas is their only prisoner to stand trial now. A shame Teneth's ire shall fall entirely upon my former fiancé.
I'll see you at the den. I have a few things to discuss with Magnifica Falora.
For a thieves' guild, there isn't much of a treasure trove. Maybe you could steal something to gussy it up.
The guild has given me so much. It's time to return the favor.
Until I spent time in a cell, I didn't realize how much this place had grown on me. It's good to be back. But it's better to have robbed the Iron Wheel of their dignity, our guildmates, and a dockload of ill-gotten goods. With what? They can't look to Magnifica Falora for help. She hired the Iron Wheel to recover her dowry. When they did, she stopped funding them. After what we took from the Iron Wheel, they'll barely have enough to ship Nicholas to Tanith. What they'd planned to do with me, they'll put him on trial. A show trial because the people want revenge. When he's convicted, well, I hear the guillotine is popular in Tanith. But Nicholas is the past. I'm interested in the future. Never waste an opportunity. Huh. Nicholas used to say that. Well then, let's see what Tanith nobles think lucrative means. As for the rest of you, I'm naming you as part of my Thieves' Council. I'll need those I can trust in the coming months. Yes, even Velsa. Counselor Emeritus, if it suits you.
This calls for a drink. Or 5. Where's Andari?
Huzzah! Meaningless titles.
Don't be so, well, you.
My apologies for interrupting. Your Lord Thrag escorted me here. Magnifica Falora requests Zira call upon her at the earliest convenience.
I'll have to celebrate later. Opportunity waits for none of us, whatever title we have.
What would you have us do? Stare at one another until your return?
What does it matter to you? Aren't you retired?
Semi-retired. And what would you suggest? Hold hands and sing songs?
Hardly. The only tune you know is grating.
I think I'm starting to like you. I'll enjoy holding this over Zira's head for the rest of her life.
We did it, partner! That was exhilarating. Beyond the part where I thought the Iron Wheel was going to cut me in half.
It's good to be back. I used to hate this place when we first moved in. It's really grown on me. She told me as much at the wedding. For the merchant lords of Abba's Landing to be kept on a leash. I think that's a service we can provide. It gets us a foothold in Tanith, and who knows where that could lead.
The Thieves' Guild is restored. I grieve for lost friends and cohorts, but I know they would be pleased to see all of us succeed.
Your agreement with Magnifica Falora is
what have the waters...
for business. Spotless goods is most profitable.
I always wondered why you named it that.
Oh? What do you mean?
It's just that your fur has all manner of...
Oh! Yes, I can see how it might be confusing. I named it in honor of my mentor, Golden Fang. She was quite sleek.
I see you found my latest note. Thank you for responding so quickly. Go, speak with Narani. She specifically asked me to contact you after she received a letter from Faradon. It clearly upset her, but she refuses to say anything to me.
Oh, you are a pot of treacle tea on a dreary day, my friend. Thank you for coming. Faradon back at the inn sent this one news that has filled my heart with sorrow. Perhaps you can help this old woman again, if you have the time. This one has been trying to put her past in order, in addition to reaching out to Velsa. Thank the moon, she still loves me. I had Faradon inquire after my estranged son. Like Velsa, Tashmin departed from me in anger. Now I fear for his life. Faradon located Tashmin in Skywatch, a city in distant Oridon. He sent me word that bounty hunters had captured him, even though he can find no evidence that my son committed a crime. I'm afraid that the bounty hunters work for House Drez. Of course, this one should have handed it over when you arrived, but I left it in the other chamber. My son fell in with a bad crowd, drinking skooma like a fish drinks water, but he doesn't deserve a slave's fate. Please help him if you can.
Narani, you should have told me. Of course I'll find your son.
Oh no, this one doesn't want to be left alone to worry about you and Tashmin. Please, stay here with me.
Of course. Our friend here is capable of finding Tashmin. Everything will be all right.
That skeever Kelwyn send you? Tell her I don't have the gold yet. I'm working on it. Yeah? Well, Tosh isn't here. Go bother someone else. Wait a moment. Why are you looking for Tosh? He never hurt anyone. And you don't look like a guard. Help? Well, I need some help too. Do a favor for me and I'll tell you where they took Tosh. Kelwyn at the Sleepy Eaglet. I owe her a bit of gold and she's starting to get anxious about my ability to pay. That won't work. She'd have to admit she deals skooma and she's too crafty for that. Just tear the page with my debt out of her ledger and bring it to me. She keeps it in a locked chest by her tent. Do this and I'll tell you what happened to Tosh.
Come, do your trading here.
You actually came back. Does that mean you did that favor I asked about? You got it? Now my skooma dealer has nothing on me. I get a fresh start. Tosh was with me when two dark elves grabbed him. They claimed to be bounty hunters, but I've seen this before. They take unfortunates like us and turn us into slaves. He's down near the docks, tied up and waiting to be packed onto a ship. Those so-called bounty hunters are still prowling around, looking for other Khajiit to fill their cargo hold. Damn guards were probably paid to look the other way.
This one is miserable. Why would you do that? This one doesn't even know you. Besides, that bounty hunter carries an arrest writ with Tashmin's name on it. As long as he has that, this one will never be free. This one will be dead soon. It is inevitable. But if you really plan to get the writ, you'll need to pick his pocket. He's been drinking my skooma while his partner hunts other Khajiit. So I suppose you might want to hurry.
Zariel protect him? That must have been terrible.
If you're going to get so close, the least you could do is buy me dinner.
Something doesn't feel right.
Sky's Edge Tavern, just outside town. We can talk there.
What the... Terrace will have my head for losing that cat.
Tashmeen thanks you, but continues to wonder why you bothered. You want something, yes? Explain quickly, because this city no longer feels safe to me. My mother sent you? This one has not seen Narani in many, many years. How would she even know where to find me? Why would she even try? I was full of anger for so long. But now I am just sad. Because this one was young and foolish once. Full of anger, and certain that the moons shone only for me. Soon, the skooma drowned my memories, and it was easier just to forget. This one wishes she had not found me. She should not see the sorry condition her beloved son has fallen into. Still, Tashmeen can't stay here. Maybe it's time to put the past behind me and try to do something better with my life. This one has heard of Abbas Landing. Always wanted to see such a place. Perhaps I will accept your offer of hospitality. But first things first, this one needs a drink. Your words rekindled the memories this one thought were long gone. So I decided to come to Abbas Landing sooner rather than later. Now? So soon? Can't this one have a drink first? Maybe 3. No. A clear head is better than a clouded mind on occasions such as this. I just hope my mother isn't too disappointed in what her son has become. Is that my mother? This one never should have stayed away so long.
Oh, happiness! Oh, joy! First Velsa, and now my Tashmeen.
Your mother has missed you. Welcome to our home, Tashmeen.
We have so much to catch up on, my dear sweet son. Come, let us talk.
What? I must have something in my eye. Mold spore or something. It's the damn cistern. Who lives in a cistern? I can't wait to get back to my garden. It certainly looks that way. Between Tashmeen and I, Narani had a hard life. I just want her to be happy. And I plan to make up for everything Narani has missed. I'll be there for as long as she'll have me. I can't change the past, but I'll do my best to make her future better. What a ridiculous question. Tashmin is... He's part of this family. And it's a better family than the one I was born into, believe me.
You once asked me about Soroldo, was it? I think I met an elf with that name.
You did? Where? When?
Years ago. He had a gift he wanted shipped to the Somerset Isles. A doll, I think. Was it a dragon frog? A very pleasant man. Warm smile.
Thank you, Silverclaw.
You're welcome, child. May it give you peace.
Come, do your trading here.
You wouldn't ever steal from me, would you?
Never more than you could spare.
You wouldn't! But... Oh! You're pulling my tail! Or are you? I can't tell.
Your worrying must be poor for your health. It might do you well to worry less about it.
Oh, no. Good business keeps me in most robust health. I assure you.
Nothing is lost in Abar's Landing. Only finding another path.
Continuing soaking up the damp with the rest of you?
It...
Ah.
But you're always welcome here.
Well, when you invariably find yourselves in over your head again, you know where to look. I rescued you from the Iron Wheel. You will always owe me, Zira.
I know, Velsa. I can't thank you enough.
You what?
I used to dream of this place when I was a young cutpurse. I thought, if I can make enough of myself, one day I can go there, hold my head high, order a drink like a normal person. It tastes the same as what we have in the den. Yes, he's the reason I needed a strong drink. According to Magnifica Flora, the Iron Wheel's prison ship encountered a storm and nearly capsized. The waves swept a dozen people over the side, Nicholas among them. Body lost to the storm, they said. Neither does Magnifica Flora. Here's a copy of his wanted poster. It's plastered all over Tanith. I want you to find out what really happened. If he's dead, we throw a party in the den. But if he's alive, you track him down and... do as you see fit. I'll back whatever decision you make. Someone called the Desert Falcon is looking for Nicholas as well. That's how this came to my attention. I want you to see what this Falcon knows. Last I heard, the Desert Falcon was in Greenshade, some tavern in Marbrook. See what you can learn. If any trails lead to Nicholas, follow them. I'll answer what I can. Someone who doesn't realize Desert Falcon is incredibly pompous. Nicholas made enemies over the years. Maybe it's one of them. But why look for him now and not after the dowry heist? Whoever it is, my hope is they're willing to work with you. I don't know how to answer that. We were friends for so many years. He meant so much to the Guild, to me. And then he betrayed us. He left us to the mercy of the Iron Wheel. Drowning at sea is too good for him. The Thieves Guild doesn't murder. And yet, Nicholas was the cause of so much suffering. I shouldn't ask you to do that. In fact, I can't. But if you find him alive and leave him dead, I'll consider him the exception.
You are the last person I expected to see. Did you come to gloat? To tell me my search for Nicholas will end in failure? And how did you learn I was the Desert Falcon? I'm no longer Chief Inspector of anything. After your guild escaped Noshira Citadel, I had no choice but to resign from the Iron Wheel. The journal was a nice touch. I'd hoped it would seal the fate of Nicholas at his trial. But the storm did that. Allegedly. Why does it matter to you? Some sort of vendetta on Zira's behalf? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Ugh, all right, you win again. Here, this key opens my strongbox. You're welcome to the contents. No, but I suspect he's in Grotwood. There's a snitch, goes by the name Bellalord Shatterbeak. Slippery fellow, local. He might know where Nicholas was heading. It's all in my notes. I'm not helping you. I'm ending my involvement. I'm done with his case. There's neither profit nor honor in its resolution. You'll find my notes in the strongbox. Go on, then. Let me finish my drink in peace.
Don't think I've seen you around. Or I could have. I was quite drunk yesterday. Hello again, for the first time. Are you working for that ram's beak, Falcon Wings fellow? Heard he wanted the same thing. Also heard he was a guard. He sent you then? Fine. Tell him my price. Pay my tab at every tavern in the city. I'm a substantial drunk. Go on, ask what you will. First thing, he didn't go by Nicholas. Can't recall his name. Something equally forgettable. But I do remember his high elf companion. A widow she was. My darling Volu, he called her. They were returning to her home. A pleasant little manor outside of Haven, I believe. In Grotwood. I can't remember anything else. The drink, you see. But they were to be married as soon as they returned. Oh, she'd fallen for him. I could see that. He was some sort of painter? The canvas kind, not tavern placards. He brought some kind of joy to her life. Would have been lovely, but I passed out on the table.
Some say that if you delve into the secrets of the ancients, you will go stark raving mad. Balderdash! I've studied arcane lore and Daedric tomes for years, and I'm as sane as anyone down here. Well, other than you. You appear to be a bit off.
I don't often receive visitors in my garden, especially the uninvited ones. Vantis? Whatever for? And who are you exactly? He struggles enough finding his muse. Distracting him with financial matters will disturb his concentration. I must ask you to leave. I will inform Vantis you stopped by.
My darling Volu! Is that you in the kitchen? My muse has left me. Perhaps kisses would restore it. You are not who I expected to see. I knew my time here wouldn't last. I hoped it would take longer, though. Zira wanted to make sure I was truly dead, yes? I taught her too well. What business? The man you knew as Nicholas truly died in that storm. I am a changed man, a married man. I live quietly in this house, painting things that my wife adores. I retired. Ask. I'll tell you everything you want to know. No more secrets. None of them matter anymore. I wanted more. Alone, Abba's landing is a meager prize. But if I could find a way to bring in Tanith, with a stake in both cities, you control all trade in Hughes Bay. But I hadn't. Velsa should have joined me at Maluk's path. After my death, she would lead the others back to Abba's landing. Zira could scatter the guild before the Iron Wheel's arrival. But then Velsa retired and everything changed. Of course not. But had all gone according to plan, Zira could have filtered the guild into Tanith, set up there while the Iron Wheel was chasing them here. And when I was Magnifica Felora's puppet in Abba's landing, Zira would be mine in Tanith. Very well. We both know my part in what happened to the Thieves Guild. I won't beg for my life, if that's what you're expecting. If that's what Zira wants from me. Truly? You will never hear from me again. I swear it upon the love I hold for my dear wife. This home, my wife, it's all I shall ever want. I had an unexpected visitor today. Nothing to worry about, and they're leaving. You and I should relax and have a nice glass of wine. I have some of that Colovian vintage breathing.
Well, did Nicholas survive the storm? What happened? Is he... landed on his feet, despite the betrayal and death he left behind? You can never really know someone, who they are inside. You helped restore the Thieves Guild, make it more than it once was. Of course, I trust your judgment. Now all the old business is put to rest. Let's go. We have a guild to run. There are heists to plan and merchant lords to rob. See you in the den.